What is the dumbest thing you have tricked someone into believing? About a year ago, I was taking off the remnants of a peel-off charcoal mask. I'd gotten some on my shoulders and was peeling it off when my boyfriend walked into the bathroom. He asked what I was doing, and for some reason I joked that I was shedding my skin since I just finished my period. He stared at me with this confused look, but believed me immediately. Started asking a ton of questions. I decided it would be hilarious to commit to the bit. So why do you have to do that? Well, you know how girls shed the lining during their periods? It's kind of the same thing, but since skin doesn't contract, we have to peel it off manually. Does it hurt? Only a little, but it's such a relief when it's done. Do all girls have this? Yes, but we're all ashamed of it because guys shame us, so don't ask other girls about it. My poor gullible boyfriend nodded, like this made perfect sense. A week later, he casually mentioned it around my best friend Kenzie. I caught her eye from across the room and gave her a look. She paused for half a second, then said, "Oh yeah, it's the worst, right?" He looked so relieved that someone else knew about it. Then he brought it up in front of his sister Everly. I shot her the same look. She went with it. Later, she told their mom, who thought it was hilarious and agreed to play along. This thing spread like wildfire. His aunt at Sunday dinner, my mother at brunch, my two sisters, my female cousins, his female cousins, his grandmother, all my friends, all Everly's friends. Every single woman in both our lives was in on it. Meanwhile, his male friends found out. One of them asked his mom about it, and she just laughed at him without confirming or denying anything, so he believed it. The other guys never questioned it once. They all just accepted it as fact. At this point, months had passed, and I'd completely forgotten about the whole joke. It had become this massive conspiracy I couldn't even track anymore. Then last Tuesday, I'm sitting at dinner with his whole family. Just a normal weeknight meal. His dad had made lasagna. I'd gotten a terrible sunburn over the weekend, and my shoulders were peeling bad. I kept scratching at them absent-mindedly during dinner. He noticed and asked if my sunburn was bothering me. Offered to get some aloe vera from the bathroom. I said yes, that would be great, thanks. Then he said it in front of his parents and Everly at the dinner table. "It must really suck that your sunburn is peeling right now, and you also have to peel this time of the month again." I felt my entire body freeze. His mother immediately snorted water out of her nose and started cry-laughing. Everly buried her face in her hands and laughed so hard she was snorting over and over. Her face turned bright red. I somehow didn't laugh. My face got burning hot, and I could feel myself starting to convulse from holding it in. My boyfriend looked genuinely confused. His dad looked even more confused. He set down his fork and asked, "What are you talking about?" My boyfriend said, "Well, you know, when girls have their period, they have to peel their skin, right?" His dad just stared at all three of us, dumbfounded. "What the hell have you been telling this boy?" That's when I lost it completely. Started laughing so hard I thought I was going to throw up. I was crying, in actual pain. Probably burst some blood vessels from laughing that hard. I finally confessed because I couldn't explain the maniacal laughter anymore. Told him the whole origin story while still gasping for air. How it started as a stupid joke and spiraled completely out of control. He looked at me like I'd just shot his dog. Sat there absolutely speechless, just staring at me. After dinner, we went back to his room and he said, "So everyone has been lying to me about this. And you started it. Every woman I know has been in on this." I felt terrible. Kept apologizing over and over. He sat there silent for a full minute. Then he started laughing harder than I've ever heard him laugh. Tears rolling down his cheeks, face bright red. Kept grabbing his stomach and heaving from how hard he was laughing. He told me between heaves that he couldn't believe I got every single woman in his life to convince him this complete nonsense was real. Said at this point he wouldn't even believe periods were real if he hadn't personally witnessed me curled up in the bathroom sobbing from cramps. I asked if he was mad and he said no. This is the funniest thing that's ever happened to me. Then he immediately texted all his friends to tell them they'd been pranked too.